I knew the truth the second I stepped through their door. The house smelled of cinnamon and pine, candles burning like an old ritual. My father's laugh thundered from the dining room. My mother's polished voice floated through the air. And then I saw them. 3 little coats on the rack, 3 pairs of small shoes kicked off by the stairs. My sister's children, but not my son. The invitation had been clear, their words clipped and cold when they called me. No children this year. We want an adult gathering. I remember the pause that followed, how I swallowed hard before saying, "All right, I understand." But I hadn't understood, not until this moment. I stood there, frozen, my boy's absence burning in my chest like a missing limb. He had cried when I left him with my husband. "Why can't I come, Mama?" I kissed his hair and lied, because Grandma and Grandpa wanted quiet this year. And yet here they were, my sister's brood, running circles around the living room, tearing open gift bags, their laughter welcomed, celebrated. I felt my mother's hand on my arm. "Darling, you made it." Her smile was a blade sheathed in sugar. "Where's Ethan?" my father asked, as if he didn't already know. "With his dad," I said, each word pressed flat, controlled. My sister's eyes flicked up, smug, her children swarming around her like proof of victory. My mother noticed my silence. She leaned close, her perfume sharp and suffocating. "We thought it best, not every child is suited for evenings like this." My stomach turned. Suited? That was the word she chose. As if my son, gentle, curious, with his 2 big questions and 2 wide eyes, was somehow unworthy. And then my sister spoke, loud enough for the whole room to hear. "Well, these kids deserve to be here." It wasn't the first betrayal. I'd spent years holding my parents together, the forgotten child in the shadows of my sister's chaos. They had paid her debts, raised her children when she was too tired, too careless, too drunk. And I, responsible, successful, always showing up, was their safety net. I paid their property taxes last spring when they forgot. I sent them money for their leaking roof. Every month, without fail, I transferred money to cover their shortfalls. Not once did I complain. Not once did I ask for repayment. They loved me for my usefulness, not for me, and certainly not for my son. That night, standing in their glittering home, I saw it clearly. I didn't leave in a storm. I didn't scream. That's not how revenge works. I smiled, poured myself a drink, and let them believe I was playing along. But I kept receipts. Bank transfers, text messages, casual emails where they admitted to leaning on me just until things got better. It wasn't difficult. Years of being the responsible one meant I already had a trail of evidence. And while they wrapped gifts for my sister's kids, expensive toys I'd indirectly paid for, I planned. The first cut was quiet. I stopped the monthly transfers, canceled the auto payments they didn't even realize I'd been making on their credit card interest. Weeks passed before my father called, voice gruff and irritated. Bank saying the mortgage payment didn't go through. "Strange," I said, calm, measured. "I'm sure you'll figure it out." The silence on the other end was satisfying. The second cut was public. My parents liked to host, liked to show off the stability they didn't actually own. I made sure certain friends, family friends, church acquaintances, overheard me mention how much support I'd been giving. Not accusations, just facts dropped in the right places. People talk, and nothing humiliates proud people more than pity dressed as admiration. The final cut came with precision. My parents had leaned on me to co-sign a loan 2 years ago. They'd forgotten that detail. I hadn't. With the payment slipping, the bank called me. I arranged a meeting, sat across from my mother, her face pale under the fluorescent lights. My father's anger barely contained. "We need you to cover this," he said. Not asked, demanded. I leaned back, met his stare, and let the silence stretch until it hurt. Then I spoke the words I'd been carving in my mind since Christmas night. "No, I'm done." They blinked, confused, as if they hadn't heard me. "I supported you for years," I said, "paid your bills, covered your mistakes, and when I brought my child to you, the one good thing in my life, you told me he didn't deserve to be here. But her kids did." I flicked my eyes toward my sister, who shrank in her chair. "You chose your side. Now live with it." The fallout was swift. The bank didn't care for excuses. Their house went up for sale within months. My sister, stripped of her safety net, scrambled to find sitters she could no longer afford. The family dinners dried up, invitations stopped. But I didn't need them anymore. I